What's going on, everyone? Back with Mental Monday. I got a hat here. I just had a hat on. I was walking around throwing some discs. Guys, remember, this is always brought to you by The Wrestling Mindset. Check out WrestlingMindset.com. I know they got some specials coming up for their season. And then don't forget, this weekend we have preseason camps, AWA, all 3 locations. Jimbo, what's up? Watching from Montana. Jimbo, I saw that Colton broke his arm today. That's really sad. And I also saw that you had snow today. That's also really sad. That it's only November 6th and you guys are getting snow already. Maybe it's too cold and you guys should come back to Wisconsin already. So, guys, what I wanted to talk about today was it was really prompted by the UFC fights, but it's something I had been kind of thinking of. Oh, Jimbo and Steve are watching this. They can probably make fun of each other in the comments because I know how you guys like to do that. That's good. So it's prompted by watching the UFC fights. I had been kind of thinking about this topic for a while, and I want to throw it at you. And then remember, if you send questions to my inbox, I'll answer anything that you got. So the thing I was thinking about, which I guess it's even more important in MMA than in wrestling, because in MMA it can end in an instant, right? A great example is my friend Corey Anderson was winning, fairly easy the first 2.5 rounds, and then one kick ends it all, right? And that sucks. But we saw in all 3 of the title fights, I would say that the champions let their guard down for at least a second, right? Or maybe didn't take, a big one for kids is they're not taking their opponent seriously enough, right? Everyone is dangerous. Everyone is good enough to beat you. While that may not be true in practice, that's how you have to think, right? And you have to prepare for every single person the same way, so you have that really consistent performance. So if we go Joanna versus Rose, right? It looks like a whole week, and obviously Rose was a gigantic underdog, but it looked like Joanna was kind of not taking her as seriously, or maybe enjoying the more showboating role that she's kind of worked herself into, and she's fantastic, right? But man, I don't think anybody, I didn't see anyone predict Rose by knockout, right? No one saw that coming. Joanna didn't see that coming. She let down her guard, bam, it's over, right? Then you go to the next fight. Next fight is Cody versus TJ. Cody won that first round fairly easily. TJ misses on a kick in the second round, and homeboy Cody starts dancing, right? But then not more than 30 seconds later, gets knocked on his butt by a kick. It's like, why did you stop taking him so seriously? You need to get in there, take him serious, and get done what you need to get done. And then obviously the Bisping versus GSP. To me, it really looked like Bisping was taking over that fight in the second and third. He was winning the striking in the second and the third. I thought he was winning off bottom with all those elbows he was cutting GSP with. And he kind of lets down his guard, and boom, all of a sudden he's asleep. And obviously in wrestling, I just saw this happen in Circuit 32. One of my guys, I think he was kind of taking his opponent a little too lightly and maybe didn't feel the need to go out there and hammer him. And then, gave up a late takedown in a period and just, got to be a mess, and he ended up losing the match. And I think that the exclusive reason he lost the match was because he did not take his opponent seriously enough. And so one of the concepts, if you guys watch enough of these Mental Mondays, one of the concepts that I constantly talk about to having great performance is doing it the same every single time. And then if you want to break that down, every single second of the match, it's got to be done the same way. It's got to be done with the high intensity focus on what's necessary to get the job done, right? Anytime you let down your guard, bad things can happen, okay? And, in MMA, some of those things happen a lot quicker than they do in wrestling, right? In MMA, it takes one kick or one punch, boom, you're on your back, you're out, you're sleeping, right? Wrestling, obviously, you get thrown to your back or something, and then you're down 5-0. But not quite serious. But really, 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 kids, they don't take this message seriously enough. It's that every single time. You could think somebody sucks, right? And I've thought that plenty of times. I thought, this guy I'm about to go compete against, he sucks. He's terrible. There's no chance he's going to beat me. But I didn't go out there and wrestle like that, right? I went out there and wrestled like I was wrestling a world champion, even though in my head I might be thinking this guy's a bum. So that's super important, is that if you're going to be as good as you want to be, you can't have those upsets. You can't have those letdowns. And so remember that we cannot let down, not even for a second. Not for 1 second, we'll not let down our guard. Your goal is to step on the mat and beat every single person as bad as you can beat them work as hard as you can work and go to the utmost of your abilities. We can't have letdowns if you want to be your best. So that's the message for today. I think, man, we saw that loud and clear in all 3 UFC main events, all 3 UFC title fights this weekend. Cannot let down the guard, not for 1 second. You got to go out there with the utmost focus and utmost intention to win as bad as possible. That's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this Mental Monday. Again, brought to you by Wrestling Mindset. And the next Mental Monday I do will be from Asia. So I'm going to have to figure out how to change the clock. Or I'll probably do it my morning, your night. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Any questions you guys have for Mental Monday, remember to send them to the inbox, my inbox, and I will answer. I might not answer them next week, but I will answer them at some point in time. That's all I got. See you guys.